Hello, everybody. This is Mike McCormick with Viola Nation, joined by a great man, Antonio Cincotta, coach of Fiorentina women's team, who is joining us from Firenze over in Tuscany, Italy. Antonio, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and hello to everybody. I'm good, even if it's a tough moment in the world, everywhere, but we try to accept this, and we try to do our best to bear this very tragic moment.
I appreciate that. It certainly is, and it seems like the epicenter right now is Italy, northern part of Italy. Can you just tell us a little bit about what life is like in Firenze, in Tuscany, and in Italy right now?
Just now, the life is almost the same everywhere in Italy because North has locked down from 2 weeks, but even every city, everywhere in the country, we are locked down. So we have to stay home. We have to live in our house to respect each other and to avoid a big spreading of the virus. We can go outside only for grocery or for very important things. And so this is the kind of life we have every day. It's tough, of course, but it's the best we can do to respect each other, to try to win against this very bastard opponent, and also if what we can do to help doctor and nurse to make them work as best as they can.
I've seen you on social media quite a few times make that same emotional plea, for people to stay indoors and to listen to to the government and what they're asking everybody to do. Are you seeing many people that are obliging and staying indoors and listening?
Here, almost everybody now understand that they have to respect this. We have only, for example, a little bit of argument with runner because sometimes runner keep run everywhere because they think which kind of problem my run can be for the population. If I run in a place alone, the problem is that if you get an injury now, if you twist your ankle or if you broke your knee, if you have to go to the hospital, now doctors are busy and they have to be busy in the way of coronavirus, Covid-19. They don't have time for other things. And so you have to respect doctor and nurse and stay home. And they go outside for you. And you have to respect this for some weeks. And we will have time to find the best shape we can in the future.
Absolutely. We've seen a couple reports. Several Fiorentina players have tested positive, as well as staff for the club. How is the women's team and staff doing as of now?
Yeah, the players that came back from national team, they are under lockdown in quarantena because the pilot of that flight got coronavirus, COVID-19. So they have to stay home for 14 days. Okay. And so this is the only news we have so far about the women team.
Okay, thank you. And we certainly hope everybody's going to be doing well.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that stopped you guys from communicating, from collaborating, from enjoying each other's company. You're just doing it in a different method right now. There recently was an article that you guys are now using technologies like Zoom to conduct your live web trainings. Can you just share with us what those look like?
Yeah, my aim as a coach and aim of all of my staff is to try to give to the team and show to the city that we are professional and we keep working in total respect of the regulation that we have in Italy now, even under this big crisis, even if we have to bear a very tragic moment in Italy. So what we did, we decide to transform Zoom platform that usually is a called professional financial chat for businessmen and women in something for sport. And me and my staff, we can lead the practice every day or every 2 days in a real live moment. So we can talk each other, we can laugh each other, why not? We can correct some exercise and check the body position of the player. So we try to share each other that we are a team even now during this tough moment. We are together even if we are far, and this is important for us, of course, to try to be the best for us, and because our dream is to be as soon as possible in the field, but also we want to show to everybody that we have to stay home.
Yeah.
We respect this, and we want to be a little humble example to everybody. We practice home, we use all of the technology to stay home, stay safe, and help the environment to be much more safe as possible.
And there's certainly a sports side to what you're doing, but there has to also be just a communal aspect. You're still able to stay in touch with all your players. All the friendships and the relationships that have been built are just now being held virtually. So showing that type of example to the rest of the world is something that we much need right now during a time where we need to stay isolated. So the more that you get that out, the better it's going to be for everybody.
Yeah, it's very important, this, and also for me is a moment to look my player in the face every day, to talk with them. So that's it. It's the best we can do now, and we are happy to do this. It was an idea of my staff. My two conditional coach proposed me to transform Zoom for something about sport. I never thought this before, but this is also the lovely idea to work in a good equipe. In one big equipe, you can have one good idea, and we can share each other. And this is what happens with my staff every day. So I'm very proud to work with them.
Yeah, it's great. And to be honest, I'm taking this example and using it with my my grandmother, who's elderly, and now she's staying in her house by herself. But she has an iPad. We'll make sure this is put on there so we can all communicate. So
Wow.
Great. Recently, through Joe Barone and Mark Steffen, Rocco and Fiorentina created the GoFundMe charity to benefit the hospitals in Firenze that are in desperate need of supplies. Can you talk a little bit about the charity and the need of the hospitals, as well as how some people can help benefit them?
First of all, I want to say thank you to Rocco and to everybody of Fiorentina management, because they had this amazing idea. Of course, I did my charity. I support this project with myself, because this is very important, and everybody did this. I want to say the second thank you to all of the people that help Rocco and Fiorentina to reach the financial aim to give this money to the hospital in the city, because the situation is so tragical. But only if we do something concretely positive, like this idea of Rocco Commisso, we can help each other. So it was an amazing idea. We reached the level, and now we keep going to help doctor, nurse, and everybody that are working in the hospital to make our life the best is possible during this tough, strange war.
Yeah, and during this time, we certainly have to support our nurses, our doctors, and it seems like Italy's having a crisis in and of itself, the bigger crisis that a lot of those being impacted and disabled right now are the nurses and doctors on the front line. So the most that we can do to help, the better.
Yeah, thank you for this. This is very important.
So what we'll do is we'll certainly put up the link to advise others that they can continue to contribute to the GoFundMe page, and any contribution will help and certainly benefit the entire community.
Every contribute is important for us. Every contribute is important for Italy, because we are in a very strange situation. We need more bed in the hospital, more funds to help people with brave problems. So we need money to survive and to think positive for our future.
Football seems like a world away at this point. That said, at some point there will be a transition back to trying to get to some sense of normalcy. Any idea of what that looks like for you and for the team as we transition out of this, hopefully in the next few weeks, months, into some sort of sport again?
I don't know when we will be soon. I'm sorry. I don't know when we will be back in the field. I dream next month. This is the best we can think, but really we don't know. So we work every day, and we want to think that tomorrow is the day to go back. Because if we think like this, we can try to be positive, and we can try to have an aim for our brain. Because what is very important for everybody, sport people and not sport people, and to don't lose every aim, don't lose every dream. Otherwise the life become flat and dangerous for our brain. We need to have a little aim every day. For example, we can't go outside, but we can discover that we are good to cook something new. We can discover that we can read a book that we never thought before. We can try to learn a new language, for example. We can do a lot of things, and every day we need to fix and to try to have a new plan for ourselves in little thing. But little thing in this moment of our life are not little and not thing, are important dream. So little thing, no. Important dream, yes. This is what I think every day. And we hope we will be back soon in the field, but we don't know when. We don't want to talk about this because now we have one big game, Mike. It's our game. It's with doctor and nurse.
Yes. Makes perfect sense. And as usual, you say it always the best. So I appreciate that. Last thing before I let you get going, I'm going to ask you if you want to give any advice, or if you want to make a plea out to the whole world as we're all in this together. You're in lockdown in Florence. I'm in lockdown here in Philadelphia. So if you can make a plea, give any advice, both in English and in Italian, we'll make sure we get that out to the public for you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we discovered this virus 1 month ago, 1 month and a half ago. So what can explain that we know aggressive, and we know this. So to try to win this game against the virus, coronavirus, we have to stay home. Lockdown is a solution. When we go outside, respect social distance is such an important thing to do now. And also we have to try to support the funding of money to help hospital and things. So we can't do more than this, but if we respect these 2 or 3 things, we can help a lot the people that are outside to fight against the virus. They are outside and they need our support from the house. So it's not waste time to stay in the house now. If we are inside, we can be safe, and we can help them to have less people to take care, and to take care more about people that unfortunately got the virus and they need the best care we can give to them.
Thank you. I hate to ask this. Do you want to say it in Italian?
I want to say that I wait you soon in Italy, and I hope the lockdown can finish early and we can be back to hug each other.
Yeah.
Because it's a very important thing. And sometimes in the last years, we forgot how important it was to feel relation, be friends. And now I'm sure when we will be back, we will be better than now.
Absolutely. I fear my trip back in May will be postponed, but when I get to reschedule it, Antonio, one of my favorite things will be getting to see you again and telling you how much I miss your company. So then we'll do a virtual.
Big hug from Italy to US. Always together. Always together. Bye.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.